Welcome to May, baby. That much closer to football season. It is Tuesday, big game breakdown, doubleheader NBA playoffs. We'll turn the shot clock on as well. Recap what we liked, what we didn't like from the draft, and we'll give out a win total already in the NFL, although we'll get to those later in the week. And how about one shot putting up Big Ten win totals as well? So that's coming up later on Sportsbit. And later in the month, team previews in the NFL. All right, Teddy back from Boston. Bad beats, bad bets, bad for the books. You must respect your opponent. You can't get overconfident and read your own press clippings. That's what happened with the Sixers last night. Bet up from 2.5 to 5. The total from 210 down to 205. They had won 20 of 21. Routed in game one at Boston. Gave up 117 points. The defense was, look at it. Horford 26, Rozier 29, Tatum 28, 17 threes for Boston, only 5 for Philadelphia.
And when you look at the box score, you're going to come away with, hey, Boston was hitting threes, Philly wasn't, no big deal. Just one of those games. If you watch the game, it felt like Philly was never in it. The Sixers never made a serious run at any point in the contest. They trailed at the end of one, and it seemed like that was that. Brett Brown, quote, give the Celtics credit. I never thought we were in the game. We're going to have to fix some things. I'm going to have to back up my words with our group. Another quote. I thought this one of our poorer defensive games. I think to look at this game defensively, offensively, this isn't who we are. But bottom line for bettors, that's who Philadelphia was last night. Ton of Sixers money, obviously, with the injury problems continuing for Boston.
Yeah.
Ton of money on the under in that contest. Books got to keep all of those bets, side and total. Bad result for bettors. Good result for the house as Boston wins and covers game one, and it flies over the total.
Yeah. That was embarrassing. No Brown. Also, the job that Horford has done on Ben Simmons. They're 81 points per 100 possessions this year when Horford was on Simmons. He did a good job as well. Game 2 Thursday. How about that? That series price touched $5 on the Sixers as well. I didn't understand this one. The Twins 102 up to 120. They are 0-6 in games started by Lance Lynn. And the Twins, they've lost like 10 of 11, whatever. Free fall mode. Horrible road trip against the Yankees and Rays. And it continued on the homestand where they lost the series to the Reds. That was Aaron Sanchez for the Blue Jays yesterday, too. That was an odd move.
Sure. And what did we talk about going into the season? We talked about Minnesota specifically as a team that looked a little bit overvalued, a team that maybe the prospects are getting more love than they deserve early on. Twins have been a bet against squad. All the Minnesota money last night, the books got to keep it. Bad result for the bettors. Good result for the house.
All right, bad for the books. The Diamondbacks win again. They beat the Dodgers 13 of the last 14 regular season meetings. They face Kershaw tonight. $1.13 up to 140. They win 8-5. They became the first National League team in 111 years to start the season by winning their first 9 series. If they win tonight or tomorrow, make it 10 in a row. And they're big dogs against Kershaw, who has the worst ROI in all of baseball.
The irony, of course, is that big dog price. But the books are really caught in a dilemma when it comes to Clayton Kershaw right now. Because we're not talking about a guy who had 1 good year or 2 good years. We're talking about a guy who's been arguably the best pitcher in baseball this decade, who's made his backers so much money. The Kershaw bandwagon isn't necessarily going to fall apart or dissipate despite a slow start for the Dodgers. But you talked about Arizona and how well they played, and I firmly believe this is real from the D-backs. They're going to be in this race. They were a playoff team last year and have every bit the look of a playoff team again this year. But the Dodgers, I don't like anything I'm reading. I don't like anything I'm seeing. And I'll tell you this, I'm not laying the price with Kershaw tonight. No way, no how.
Horrible. Seager out for the year. The hits keep on coming. 4 games under 500. Disaster ROI. They're in trouble. 8 games behind the Diamondbacks already. Red Sox 220 up to 240. The Royals have yet to win a game started by Hamill, and the Red Sox have yet to lose a game started by Rodriguez. 10-6 Red Sox. Bogarts with the grand slam. Cubbies 170 up to 190. They beat the Rockies 3-2. Lester pitched well. Cubs staff's been terrific lately. And the Giants 155 up to 170. They beat the Padres 6-5.
Yeah, we probably should have used the Giants as a bad beat of the night. 2 outs in the 9th inning, nobody on, or they have one on. Rally back to beat San Diego. The Padres bullpen does them in a big way. The Giants took a bunch of money in that ball game and ended up cashing. Over comes through as well. And you talk about the Red Sox Royals. You know where the money's going to come in. It's yes. Now we're in May, first day of May, but we're starting to see the prices on the favorites in these mismatch games reflect the nature of the differential between these two teams. Boston's good. KC isn't. The bettors got it right last night in that contest.
All right. And one play of the day winner, Astros 145 up to 160. 7 in a row at home against the Yankees. How good is Morton, Teddy? My God. He's in the last 19 starts, he's averaging 10 and a half strikeouts per 9. I think his record's now like 11-3. It's ridiculous. ERA is low, coming off a bad start as well. He shut down the Yankees. They win 2-1. Great job by Morton again.
Sure, and that's one that we got half right, and we're able to cash our tickets, even though we only got it half right, because Sonny Gray pitched pretty well himself. But we talked about Charlie Morton as being a significantly undervalued commodity, a guy who's pitched as well as anybody in baseball so far this season, and dating back to the end of last year, and a guy with such a long track record of disappointment and mediocrity. The betting bandwagon's been a little bit slow to get behind Charlie Morton. I don't know if that's the case anymore. We saw Astros steam last night. Another dominant effort means we'll likely see Astros steam again the next time Charlie Morton hits the hill.
You following Hader with the Brewers? You see this kid, this reliever? He struck out every batter he faced.
So, and we talk a lot about bullpens and the importance of bullpens in MLB betting. Here's Milwaukee, who's been a top ROI team this year, a team that has absolutely made their backers money. What's going on? They get in the 9th inning. Last night, they got in the 7th inning, and the game's over. The shutdown closer matters, especially smaller market team without the elite starters. Milwaukee's a moneymaker, and I think they're going to continue in that role. That was impressive last night. Something that has that ever been done before?
I don't know. That was 2 2/3 strikes everybody out. What a performance! I'm sure. Yeah, sure. It's that I can't believe it. One tough push in hockey. Total was 6. Tampa Bay and Boston. It was 2-1 with 6 minutes left. Tampa scores. Boston gets a soft goal, and then the empty netter with 25 seconds left. 4-2 Tampa. 3's the magic number. 5-0 in the playoffs when they score at least 3 goals. Wow, these second round matchups are terrific. And the Knights win in overtime last night as well after blowing a 2-goal lead. They lead that series 2-1.
Like the show? Help us keep the lights on. Please make sure to comment, share, and subscribe to all the Sportsbook Review videos. Thanks so much. Best of luck. Enjoy the games.